2021 would always be remembered as the year of the travel shock, as the COVID pandemic halted and minimized movement with a massive hit on the travel and holiday industry. Whilst the shutdowns of 2020 persisted into 2021, this time restrictions took a global turn, such as the mass halt of international travel triggered by the Delta and Omicron variants. Tourist arrivals and projections for January to May 2021 are down a further 65% from the same period in 2020. Countries like the Gambia, depending heavily on tourism to sustain their economies, took a hard hit from the pandemic. The Gambia suffered the same fate under a steady decline from 2019, when the collapse of Thomas Cook took arrivals down to around 80,000 from a 200,000 high. Initially, the government's plan in 2017 was to double the record of 200,000 to 400,000 arrivals by 2021. But that target looks increasingly difficult as the global pandemic affects travel to destinations with the least COVID restrictions.
We were growing very fast because if you look at 2019, we were almost 235,000 air arrivals only. So then comes the COVID. It brings us down to 89,000. It wasn't good. It is not actually good since COVID hit us. But I can tell you, if it was not COVID, now we are talking about 500,000 air arrivals, definitely.
For countries with the same source market, rebranding is an ultimatum, whether that is to tap into local tourism or explore sub-regional markets to further strengthen cooperation within and between countries.
Just today, I got an email from the Senegalese Tourism Board in regards to an MOU that we are looking at. So we're really trying to push the sub-regional market because that is the way forward.
The hospitality industry is indeed reeling from these travel shocks that continue amid new variants. Investors are still hopeful something happens to enhance growth from the unpredictable nature of 2021.
Traditionally, Senegambia hosted guests from all over Europe, Scandinavia, the Benelux, all over. But now we are hosting guests mainly from the UK.
The festive season in December brings new life to the Senegambia area and tourism hubs across the city. The few numbers of tourists does signify yet another gloomy season.
Around the hotels, there's not more tourists coming to the hotels. We hope, a few tourists also lives in town. So obviously it's quite quiet around,
I hope and I do trust that the new government is setting up a strategy to use the possibilities the Gambia has. It's the only country from Europe scene that is reachable within 6 hours for sun in the winter.
This local spa, located just opposite the famous Senegambia Beach Hotel, would be rejoicing during this period, but the Omicron virus might have just made matters worse after no business in 2020.
Last year was really completely a write-off, I would say. There was nothing. But then this year, at the beginning, we were managing with them, the locals. It was okay with the locals, but not with the tourism. There was no tourism completely until November. October, November, they said they were opening, and so the tourism started. And November came up like, wow. We were all grateful, and I was great to open everywhere and start doing business. And then all of a sudden it went whoosh, again, because they said, is it Omicron they call it? Came up, and so right now we are down again.
During this period of uncertainty and new travel restrictions, building and restoring traveler confidence is crucial for a thriving economy that must strategize to support tourism businesses to adapt and survive. One business making use of the local market is Real Hotels. The CEO of the company, which includes Sun Prime Tamala Beach Hotel, explains business might not be booming as per usual, but diversifying the market, which is open for locals, has been enough in keeping the business afloat.
What we've managed to do since COVID is change the strategy of our business. And this change of strategy led us to realize that we have a market in the Gambia. So first we have to thank Gambians for supporting our business. And I think as Gambians we should do this more.
But are visiting tourists really feeling this travel pinch?
Not for us. We tend to just take life full on and just go with it. And what I will say here, they're always cleaning. Always cleaning. Everywhere you go, they're cleaning. So, it ticks all our boxes. Yeah.
I think with COVID, obviously with the vaccination rollout, certainly in the UK, it's stepped up a pace. So it does give you that. Yeah, there's a bit more to think about when you go on vacation, you know, just pre-test, post-test and all the rest of it. But it won't stop us travelling. As my husband just said, I felt that this place is clean, always cleaning. I don't feel threatened when I go out or anything like that. So it's good experience. And like I say, we will be back.
We spot another holiday maker here, comfortably basking under the sun in this cool, clean pool. The Gambia is indeed a holiday spot, and even COVID isn't deterring sun seekers from enjoying the lovely beaches and the country's warm hospitality.
Yeah, lovely weather, lovely people. The waitresses are very lovely. You know, weather's fantastic. Food's good in here. What more can you ask for during Christmas and New Year?
Building more resilient and sustainable tourism is crucial for the industry's survival going forward. While people like hotelier Male Sala are not overlooking the opportunities of promoting Gambian products for Gambians, the Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute is busy innovating and restructuring to cater for the much capacity needed to improve standards and delivery.
Going forward, in our next strategic plan, we're really going to change our training materials to make sure that the videos that we're going to be showing to the kids is actually showcasing, everybody being a tourist, not just one particular group.
Nevertheless, the GT board is still hopeful for the coming months.
Despite the fact the COVID is growing, people still love this country.
And perhaps with surprises in store for major actors in the field, safe travel returns and clear information on COVID guidelines could just revive the holiday season and make it a thrilling moment for tourists who chose to visit destination Gambia. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Fatou Ellika Muloshi.